must forgive me if I sound a little frozen, but I kinda am. My little heater, it works in my room, but it's not a fast worker, I'll put it that way. When you turn it off to turn on the AC because you're an idiot during the night, because you tend to sleep better with the AC on. Yeah, it tends to be very cold when you get up in the morning. I figure since I am going to church tonight, and since there is a consistency in the channel of me constantly uploading stuff, I figured I would do you guys a little bit of a favor. Since technically, if I stream tonight, that will be the last live stream that you guys will see, probably until Tuesday of next week. So, I'm trying my hardest to do what I need to do. But, sometimes things get in the way. So, as a lot of you have noticed, as of this moment right now, I'm broke in Warthunder. So, while I am still grinding for the Verbelwind and the Ostwind, well, excuse me, the Ostwind 2 in Germany, I feel it would be better for me to just try and grind out a few aviation things in America so that I can get everything set up that I want there. And if you guys are wondering what the flip happened last night, let's just say that I got very upset because of the fact that someone was acting very crazy and stupid, and it didn't end up well. But anyway, we ended up getting back together and we ended up playing a few matches. It was fun. But anyway, in other news, look at what I now own. I cannot express to you guys how happy I am to finally have the whole Panther collection. Now the only thing left to collect out of the quote-unquote Panther collection would be the Jagdpanther G1. And then we will begin with the Tiger collection, which I've got 2 of about 5 of them already. As things continue to escalate, I guess is what you can say. But yeah, we're gonna hold off on doing some ground battles right quick because I want to try and do some other things. The Hellcat. I'll say this: the Hellcat is probably one of the more annoying aviation planes that I've ever had to mess with. It's still fun, but there are other things that make it more annoying. But I think instead, actually, I'm going to mess with the Panther a little bit. I do need to get... Oh, they have a better rangefinder for this thing? If I'm thinking correctly, let me see. Yeah, if I'm thinking correctly, with the newer rangefinder, I think they mount like a big freaking thing on top for the rangefinder for the Panther F, I think. Again, I don't know. But as you can see, I have 3 Panthers, an Ostwind, a Waffentrager, and a Tiger E. And quite honestly, The only thing I'm going to hate more than anything else is the fact that once I get the Jagdpanther, um, literally the only thing that's going to get in my way is the battle rating changes. I will say this, and I will continue to say it. I think Germany needs some more 6.3s before they go into 6.7. Because as it stands, I think there's like maybe one or two that's at 6.3. And it's not even enough to make a full lineup. Hell, I can't even make a full lineup with, well, actually, technically, yes, I can make a full lineup with German tanks now. At least a lineup of 5. But, you know, you guys get what I'm saying, I guess. But, yeah. I love how Warthunder always does this to me. Like, every time, recently especially, every time that I go into a match when I first get back on my account, it kicks me out of the first match, so I have to literally try and do a second match. But for those of you wondering, it is currently 7:09 in the morning for me. So yeah, I went to bed at 1 o'clock. Actually, I think it was a little after 1 o'clock when I went to bed. But yeah, I've been up since basically 6 o'clock. I've had 5 hours of sleep. And I'm operating on fumes anymore. But that's to be expected. Anyway, here we go. Alright, let's see. What's the best strategy here? I think I'll follow these guys. Not seeing any Tiger 2s. A Waffentrager. I think I got a regular tier here. I think I'm okay. This is great. I'll be able to bounce shells. Yeah, it would be nice to see 6.0 down-tiered every once in a while, but I'll say this, the American 76 mils are scary, so those are something I'm worried about. The 85 mils I can cope with a little bit, but those 76 mils are annoying.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
I just need parts for this thing. I'll say this, I think the turret is slightly different on this. But I did say slightly. Is that a Pack 40 Puma? Is that what that is?
Attention to the map.
Oh, I gotta get over there. Alright, let's see what we can do here. I say flip everything else. Just, holy shit.
Request target for airstrike.
Dude, we're already getting murdered and we haven't even done anything yet. Ah, that's where he was. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Hey, Puma, what's up, bro? Oh, shit. Bro, I don't even know why I even try anymore, because, like, every time I go to kill something, someone else always takes it. Like, the way of the world, I guess. Uh-oh. I saw you.
Attention to the map.
Shit, what saw that shit. I'm not blind.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Whatever it is, it's got a big ass gun. Well, he had a big ass gun. I'll take an enemy kill assist any day.
Panzergranate geladen.
Just keep it up, and victory will be ours.
Attention to the designated grid zone. Attention to the map.
Alright, there he goes.
Panzergranate geladen.
That's very nice. Uh-oh. I need to figure out what vehicles are where. I'm watching an R3 trying to play the hero over here, and it's actually quite interesting. The Puma took off. I guess he figured that since I was over here,
Attention to the
he
designated
didn't need to be
grid
here.
zone.
Which is complete BS, by the way, because uh-oh. Oh shit! I just failed my teammate. Okay, there was one more vehicle over here, and I saw him.
Attention to the map.
Oh well, he was over here. Now he's dead.
Attention to the designated grid square.
EBR. I can't kill it. I gotta kill it.
Ziel ausgeschaltet.
Am I a monster for that? Probably. Did he deserve it?
Panzergranate
Absolutely.
geladen.
Need cover.
Wir wurden getroffen.
Ooh, this is gonna hurt, isn't it?
Panzergranate geladen.
He's gone.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Ziel zerstört.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
Yeah, but you might want to just
Panzergranate
leave.
geladen. Sie wurden getroffen.
I got too many people trying to shoot at one time.
Panzergranate geladen.
Told you to leave. They never listen. I'm telling you, they never listen.
Panzergranate geladen.
And then when they get shot, they want to act pissed off. No remorse. Hello, how are you? Okay, a little bit of artillery never hurt anybody. Bro's lucky, he's got all them cool modifications. I don't need all that shit.
Attention to the map.
Ziel zerstört.
If he would have just sat here and let the artillery fall, he could have probably crippled my ass.
Panzergranate geladen.
Oh well, his fault, not mine.
Attention to the map.
Okay, so we got an M18 flanking.
Sie wurden getroffen.
Oh no, look at that. I told you, if he would have freaking waited, he could have ate me. How did that even... Oh, I see where I hit. Took my little preachy thing. Oh god, they brought a Yak 9. They brought my weakness. Did bro just try to eat my side? I don't think he realizes how much armor this thing actually kind of sort of has at the,
Wir wurden getroffen.
Oh shit, where was he at? Hold on, I gotta figure out where this guy's at. Oh, he got behind me. Look at him being smart. Smart little fella. Smart little fella. Oh well, that's enough points, I think, to at least get me the parts for this thing. So that's great. So now all I got to do is try and flank, or outflank I should say, an M18, and that's going to be quite literally impossible, considering how fast those little suckers move. So one of the things you got to learn is when you're playing a nation and you have decent armor, eventually someone's going to kill you. And that's why when I play Germany, I know if I get like 3-4 kills in one tank, I know eventually someone's going to show up and be like, hey, there's that guy that killed me, let me kill him back. And because I'm never expecting it. And even if I do expect it, it's not going to matter, so. Alright, so we got an M4A3E2, that's probably the 75 version, considering it doesn't say the 76. So let's go say hello. You know the thing that gets me though, like, the Americans switched to 76 mils, which I can't help but find funny, because here Germany is, they're like, oh well, here's this KV-1, let's mount a 75 millimeter gun in it instead of mounting that 76 mil that it's already got in it. Here's this Panther, let's put a 75 millimeter in it instead of putting a 76. Like, the Germans use the 75 better than any other nation because of how well their shells worked. And I love the fact, by the way, that I didn't get shit for this thing. Damn. Wow, all I needed was so many. Damn, that sucks. It really does. Now I'll be lucky if I get a good match. I need to get the Egg Panther, but whatever. I'll worry about it once I get a better AA gun. Because I have the Whirlwind, but I just don't trust it. It's a good AA gun, it's just, the reload on it sucks, and that's why I like the Ostwind a little bit more, because I feel like the Ostwind is a better AA gun because of the fact that it has the capability to just constantly reload, which makes it a little bit easier to plant down an AA box. I did find a glitch though in the game, and I don't know if they intentionally put it in there or not, but if you get into a position and you let your ammo box sit long enough, what you can do is you can take the Whirlwind, put an ammo box down, and you just have infinite ammo if you sit beside that. Let's see, 6.0. I'm seeing 6.0s. I'm a happy person. Also, just so you guys know, at 9 o'clock I am getting off because I have a lot I have to do today. Hello, Miguel. How are you? I just decided to do like a quick 2-hour-ish stream so that you guys can see me use the new Panther and hopefully get a little bit more cash. And for those of you wondering, this week I will not be purchasing a PlayStation card. I will be getting 2 new games. On my computer. 2 games that I really think people are going to enjoy watching me play. One of them being Atlantic Fleet. I think it's a very good game. I played it on my phone, so I'm quite looking forward to that because I've been dying to play it again. And it took me a while to decide that I was going to do that instead of getting more stuff for American Truck Simulator, so I'm very proud of myself. But, I'm getting that, and I'm also purchasing, I'm trying to think what else I'm planning on getting. I can't even remember if I'm being honest. Oh yeah, I think it was Silent Depth 2 is the name of it, which is basically an American submarine game. It really reminds me of Silent Hunter, a lot. It's just like an American version of that. From the way it looks and everything, that's basically what it's going to be. So, yeah, that's something to look forward to, or at least look forward to watching me play. Oh my god, the fact I can see an M18 and can't get a shot on it kills me. I hit him and didn't do anything to him. That pisses me off more than anything else.
Panzergranate geladen!
Verstanden!
Oh, there's another vehicle over there. But again, I can't get my freaking barrel down.
Attention to the designated grid square.
There's like 2 or 3 vehicles over here that I'd love to get a shot on. That one being one of them. I can't tell what that is. Whatever it is, it can't pin me.
Panzergranate geladen!
I can't tell what that is. I don't think I want to know what that is, actually. There's also a 76mm heavy tank heading my way, so I really don't want to piss him off. It's a light tank, whatever it is. Yeah, I kind of figured that you guys would have to be going to school, so I'm not really too worried about you guys showing up or anything. It's more or less just for my entertainment purposes only. Anyway. Ow, he took my track. And oh, I know what you are now, bitch. Oh, you're bombed anyway, don't matter. Ah, shit. Did I just get fucked? I got fucked. Great, my entire turret crew is gone, and I can't do anything about it for like 3 more seconds. Great. I was stuck there. Oh, there's 2 of them up there. Bitches. You know, it'd be funny to just take the Warthunder and just say hello. But I think I'm going to be even more of a bitch, and I'm just going to kill them with a Panther. You know, if I die again, and if I have enough points, I'll bring out the Warthunder, because it is one of my favorite vehicles, and I enjoy playing it, but, bro, there is no way that that freaking dude, though, does not feel so lucky in that M18 that he was able to bounce a 75mm Panther shell with his little rinky-dink armor that he has on that vehicle. You know, I love the Panther F. I love how much armor that thing mounts. I do. But the biggest problem I have with it is the fact that once you get done using it, if you die in it, you're screwed. Because nothing else you have has that kind of armor. Until you get into, like, the Tiger 2P and stuff. And go figure, the American is hiding behind a rock. So I can't. Oh my dear Jesus, the explosion on him. How much ammo was he packing? Me. Anyway, dude, the M51 though, we're talking tanks and stuff, right? The M51 is by far one of my favorite tanks to use. By far. Alright, he just shot a heavy tank, so I gotta figure out what kind of heavy tank it is so I can figure out how to kill it. Bro just deployed every bit of smoke that man ever had. Oh, it was a Black Prince. I have no idea how to kill that, so that would have been me being doomed anyway, so. Yeah. Is that an M109? It is. Or something like it. Eh, close enough. Oh, that's an American bomb. Bro revenge bombed the hell out of me with that. Even though I wasn't even the one that killed him, that's the bad thing. I didn't even kill him. That was someone else that killed him, and he still freaking revenge bombed me. Warthunder, my boy, you're gonna have to wait, boy. I enjoy using my Panthers more than I do anything else, if I'm being honest. Like, I love the Tiger 2s and I love the Tigers, but the Panther is just such a better vehicle. And I used to hate the Panther. Like whenever I'd run up against it, I'd be like, oh god, I have to use this piece of shit. But now, if I'm being honest, like I see the Panther and I'm like, oh hell yeah, let's go, bro. Because the Panther has such decent armor from my experiences with it. At times, it has better armor than the damn Tiger does. If you use it appropriately, of course. Let's try not to get bombed again. Oh my dear Jesus, here we go with this.
Rechte Kette beschädigt.
Alright, well, let's back this up real nice and easy like so.
Sprenggranate laden. Panzergranate
You know what, we
laden.
can kill him with this. As long as he doesn't take my barrel, I think I'm okay.
Wir wurden getroffen.
That asshat's pissing me off. He's still sitting there, that's the bad thing.
Kette repariert. Panzergranate geladen. Panzergranate geladen.
I'm loading the HE round,
Maschinengewehr
I don't
geladen.
even care. I'll kill him. There's no doubt about that.
Abgefeuert.
That
Panzergranate
works.
laden. Wir wurden getroffen.
Oh great, here we go. Let's run. 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 I made it. Ah, bitch.
Wir wurden getroffen.
Oh my god, here we
Es
go.
brennt. Motor brennt.
I don't even know where that shot came from, if I'm being honest. All I know is I just lost every fucking thing in the front of my tank.
Getriebe ausgefallen.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
Bro, where?
Schütze bewusstlos.
Bro, I can't even see where that shell is coming from. Whatever the fuck it is, it's a big ass shell. I saw it last second. That's one of the things I hate about myself is I start panicking the moment that I get shot. Like sometimes, like when I have a decent tank, like I don't worry as much in the Panther F or G, but when I get into the Panther, I think that's the A variant, it tends to freak me out a little bit when I get shot because I know the fact that there's not that much armor on it compared to other variants. So it does freak me out a little bit. But the Panther F is by far my favorite so far. Armor's good. Armor quality is good. I would love to see a muzzle breach on the 75, but other than that, it's a decent tank. But I find it interesting that if you look at the Panther or the Tiger 2, you notice that they're using like one of the old gun mounts, right? And it's like with the advent of the Panther F, they also added the new gun mantlet for the 85, 88 for the Germans, and I don't mind the new gun mantlet. It just feels like it causes a lot of damage too. I guess I don't know how to even put that, but anyway, it's a decent tank. I enjoy it. Also, they've got the transmission completely effed up on this thing. Because shouldn't the transmission be hooked up to those forward wheel spokes, which means it should be forward where it hooks up to the wheel? I don't know. I'm having a brain fart. Anyway. All I know is the Panther F tends to be a little bit better than the Panther A and G, simply because of the add-on armor. And if I continue to not get down or up tiered, I'll be fine. Now, normally one of the things that I've noticed is if you get off of Warthunder for a little while, and you stop playing for like a day or something, a few hours, whatever. I have 3 good matches or 2 good matches, and then everything just goes to hell. And one of the things I've thought about is I'm like, well, I have the 2 good matches because I get confident, and then I tend to get overconfident and I start fucking up. And to be honest, that's when I start needing squad mates, is when I start fucking up a lot. But I've gotten better with it. And I tend to try and use every location a different way.
Somebody cover me!
But I was kind of looking at the Panthers earlier yesterday, and I noticed that the side skirts that they mount aren't at the bottom of the tank. It's actually to the side. And I have to admit, the Panther, in my opinion, it doesn't look right without the side skirts. In my opinion, I think it looks better with the side skirts, even though it's like a very small amount of side skirts, it's still side skirts. Now, personally, I think that the Panzer IV-H deserves side skirts as well. Like, if you were to take the side skirts off of the Panzer IV-H, I would be like, oh my god, what is that? And that's kind of where the Panzer IV-G comes in. That's why with the premium one that I have, I know that there's a modification where you can put the fenced, if you check off the winter tracks, you can put the fenced side skirts on it, and I really, really love the way it looks, so I keep it on there. I took the snow tracks off, and it puts the side skirts back on, and I think it just looks better that way. I know it gives you less maneuverability and everything in the snow, but let's be honest, like, it looks awesome. And one of the things that I find interesting about that, talking about that actual situation and everything, one of the things I actually find interesting is the Panzer IVs didn't use them exclusively. Neither did the Panzer IIIs. Like, they were modifications that ended up being added, but it wasn't something that came stock on the tanks. If you look at the Panthers, they eventually, and the Tigers for instance, actually, also, both of them end up coming completely stock with the snow tracks already attached. Because the Germans ended up finding out that the extra added on space piece of track ends up making the tanks just a little bit easier to use in snow conditions. So like let's say if I'm a German, alright? If I have to get deployed into... God, I can't see shit over here. There's no way I'm killing anything. Let's play it safe. Check my surroundings.
Another zone captured, we have the advantage. Attack the B point.
But, I mean, you gotta think about it strategically. Would you rather have to make your soldiers put on the snow tracks? Or would you rather you being able to just be like, okay, well, here, let's just mount this. And just go on ahead and make it come stock with the tank so that we don't have to worry about our soldiers having to risk getting completely murdered and annihilated because of the fact that we had to make them have to put on snow tracks. It's just common sense. Alright, I'm gonna push up. I know this is a very dumb idea, but I'm gonna do it because I'm an idiot.
Defend the C point.
As I said before, guys, I do dumb shit when I'm fucking overconfident. And they're on the C point. Alright, rotate around.
Panzergranate geladen!
He's right there. I just saw him. Oh, he was over there. Now he's dead. As long as they don't get around us, I think we'll be okay. Alright, well. Have you ever just wanted to angle just ever so slightly so that it makes sense? I hear an American engine, which always bothers me. Oh my dear Jesus, what is that? Oh my, what do you think what do you think he's thinking?
Wir wurden getroffen. Panzergranate geladen.
You're next. Oh my god. I killed him by his ammunition. I'm an ass. Bro, I don't know I don't know what he was thinking. He just kind of freaking died. Uh-oh. And IS-2 is scary.
Attack the B point.
I get the feeling they flanked around. Wait, if I stay still, he won't know I'm here, right? Don't move. Fuck, he's there. And I can't see shit, so I can't fucking tell if he's over here or not. Oh my god, I see him. Well, he was over here. Bro's pissed after that one, guarantee. Oh my god, is that a PT? Bro! He must have been carrying way too much ammunition for that.
Attack the B point. Affirmative.
See, the only thing I can't see is that road, so I have to be careful with that. But other than that, I think I'm completely okay. Alright, I want to try to run over here and cap the point if I can. You know, dumb shit. You know, expose my side to the enemy type of shit. You know, the dumb shit that Panthers do. Not only Panthers, though. I feel like everyone does that eventually. I'm gonna go admire my handiwork. How about that? We're gonna call it admiring my handiwork. Did the T-44 just explode himself? Bro, he could have killed me. What the flip, bro? Why did bro self-destruct when he could have killed me?
Let's keep the pressure on.
I guess he saw me and he's like, oh shit, hell no.
230. 1,500 meters. We've captured most of the strategic
Wow,
zone.
5,000. Oh my.
Attack the B point.
That's a lot for just capping a point.
230.
That's a little
1,500 meters.
Oh shit. I know what that means, run. Oh, they might have just bombed the hell out of B. No, that shit's right here. That shit's right here. He got one vehicle for that. I bet you he's so pissed. He's like, son of a bitch. That's what I would be like if I dropped a huge ass bomb like that with the intention of killing 2 people and proceeded to only kill 1. Bro, who's in the Ostwin? I knew it. Oh, they must have killed the Panther finally, so they must have finally figured out where he was at. You know what's sad though? I don't have any modifications for these tanks yet. Like the Panther, all 3 of these Panthers are operating on parts that are still needed. But they all operate exactly the same. They all operate to kill, so I'm not really too worried about it, if I'm being honest. Like I'm not really too worried about the idea of the one thing I would say this, the one thing that gets me with Gaijin or just Warthunder in general really is, okay, they say the words, oh, we want vehicles that were more than just a drawing on a piece of paper, but yet it's like what me and a friend of mine LTK were talking about before. but yet most of the objects, most of that was just on paper. But you know why they do that? It's because of the fact that the Russians don't have a lot of vehicles to put in certain BRs because it's basically just copy and paste. So they literally have no choice but to do that because they don't have anything else to put there. Shit. Someone get me a reverse beeper. Or I'm watching this as it happens. This is funny as it. What the fuck? Dumbass.
Air 220, 500 meters.
We still gotta be careful.
Panzergranate geladen.
Roger that. Enemy forces have captured a zone.
I don't see the T-34-85 and that bothers me. Because even though it's a decent tank... Found him.
I agree.
Bro, I bet you that freaking M22 or M18 was so pissed at the fact that he didn't fucking die.
I agree.
Or I didn't die with that side shot.
Keep it up and
Because that was a perfect side shot. If that shell wouldn't have ghosted, he would have had me. Like, if I'm being honest, like, it's times like that where if it wasn't for me trying to grind out these vehicles,
Roger that.
Affirmative.
it's times like that where
We have most of the zones.
if I thought I could fit in there, that'd be an honest to God good spot.
Well done. Well done.
Oh shit, he got shot in the back. Somewhere.
No.
No, he got shot. I know that shit. That was a shot. That was not just a... Oh no, my tank situation. It was a shot.
To the designated grid zone.
I just gotta figure out where from.
We're controlling most of the zones.
Most of the zones, we're controlling all of them somehow.
Thank you. Awesome.
Hey, the tiger must have just been shot by a friendly. I don't know. Oh, good job, guys. Yay.
Positionen sichern.
Alright, now watch this. I'm gonna be overconfident in my vehicles. And, I love the fact that the guy that I killed from the side, whom wasn't watching his side, goes noob team. Yeah, totally. It's totally your team's fault because of the fact that you fucked up. Like, when I get pissed at myself most of the time. But there are times, and I won't lie, there are times where I've had teammates, like yesterday, for instance, I've had teammates ram into me intentionally in an airplane, like I had with the P-40. I've had teammates before ram into me in a tank, push me basically to the side, and get me killed. I've had all kind of stuff like that happen to me before, and it's not something that I enjoy happening to me, but it's not something that I'm gonna like jump up and down, scream and holler, and just be completely pissed off about either. It's just something that happens. You're always gonna run into the assholes that have no idea what they're doing. And hi, Nightwolf. And they're just gonna get pissed. You know what gets me though? Going on to a different subject, just thinking about it. I've had people ask me before. There you go. Hello, Singor Enjoyer. How are you? I've had people ask me before. It's like, hey, isn't your character for your channel like a fursona? And I'm like, one hand over my eyes, rubbing them so I don't scream because of the fact that like they're pissing me off that much by basically calling me a furry without saying the word furry. And it's just like I'm about to rage at this child. This is what I'm thinking. Like, I'm about to rage at this child and make him regret every life decision that he's ever made. And it just pisses me off because I tell everyone that joins into the thing and calls me a furry the first time, I'm like, I'm not a furry. Wolf is quite literally the mascot for the channel, in which I created for he's the mascot for the channel, in which I created for the purpose of doing role plays with a friend of mine that lives in Louisiana. And as a matter of fact, if it wasn't for him, Wolf wouldn't exist. So no, it is not a fursona. It is quite literally the mascot of the channel. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, have I thought about, like, if I decide to do my Wolf's Burgers thing like I planned on doing at one point, have I thought about getting Wolf to be the mascot of that? Yes, very much. And would I build a mascot suit for it? Yes, I would. And he would be in full southern cowboy attire, because Wolf's Burgers would be centered around that cowboy age. But that does not mean that I am a furry. There is a difference between having a mascot for something and being a furry. And it's a very thin line, but I keep myself from crossing that line. I even had my friend in Louisiana working on a profile picture for Wolf on what I wanted Wolf to look like, but I haven't talked to him in probably a month, probably longer. I don't even know if he's still working on it. And I had somebody else that I had in mind that I wouldn't have minded to do something for me. But unfortunately, she ended up being very young, even though she's a very talented drawer. I ended up finding out that she was very, very, very young, and her parents made her block me. So, and the thing that gets me with that whole situation, just kind of getting it out there. The thing that gets me, she never told me how old she was the entire time we were talking. She knew how old I was because I was straightforward with how old I am. I'm 19, for those of you who are wondering. Okay, so that's like I'm not going to tell you her age, but I would let you count down. There's a 7-year difference between me and her, okay? At the time, I didn't know that. Her sister proceeds to contact me, and she's like, do you even know how old she is? And it's like, well, no, she hasn't told me. Like, what do you want me to do? Demand for her to... Like, to me, if you demand for somebody to tell you how old they are, you're a pedophile. Because that's demanding something. But I have made it a rule on the channel now that if you are a female and you plan on talking to me, or you plan on, anything like that, there's 2 rules that have to be followed. 1, you have to tell me exactly how old you are, no lying. And 2, your parents have to be completely okay with you talking to somebody that's 19 years old. Because I've had an experience and a half with that. And I'm not putting myself in that situation again. That was a very embarrassing, and it made me feel like I was a sick individual, even though there was nothing there except an assload of friendship, and it made me feel dirty. So I learned from that mistake, and I intend on keeping that learning experience with me for the rest of my life. So yes, will I say that I miss her? I miss talking to her? Yes, I very much do. But I promised her parents when I was talking to her sister that I would not
Just a little more effort. And
I would no longer talk to her, and I'm keeping that promise. I'm not going to talk to her anymore because I'm not having her nor me get into trouble. And if we continued to talk, that's exactly what would happen. I would get into trouble, she would get into trouble. Yeah, I said her age a few. Yeah, I did, didn't I? But yeah, she was 12. And it's like what I tried to tell everyone. I didn't, at the time, I did not know that. I was unaware of how old she was. And, I'll take it. Oh shit. Turn time. Oh well, so much for that. And, because she quite literally refused to tell me how old she was. She was talking about, quote unquote, I don't trust you enough yet. I'm 19, for those of you wondering. I'll be 20 in May. So, when I found that out, I felt very dirty. But the bad thing was, the only thing we really talked about was I talked about my depression a lot. Because, for those of you wondering, I suffer from a lot of depression and problems like that. And this coming year, as a matter of fact, this Saturday, I'm finally going to go to a driving academy to work on getting my driver's license. So, yay for that. That'll help me get out of the house a little bit. That'll help with the depression. And I'm also looking into getting my old job back at, uh, coincidentally, the meat department. But I talked, going back to what we were talking about. Um, we I talked about like my depression and stuff like that with her, and we did a few role plays. And she was telling me about how she was getting bullied at school and stuff. And I'm like, well, here, how about this? Instead of wanting to punch some kids in the face, how about I give you, instead of like wanting to punch some kids in the face, how about I give you something that you can imagine that's there so that you don't? So I gave her a coping mechanism. Now, it was a joke, and I only allowed for her to call me it because it was funny. I thought it was funny. Uh, Wolfie was the nickname that she gave me, and I called her because of her name on YouTube and Discord being Rat. I called her, quote unquote, my
Attention
little
to the
rat.
map.
But I didn't mean it in a
Attention
sexual
to the
way.
map.
I meant it in a funny, friendly way. And her mother and sister seem to not understand that, although I don't think. I'll talk about why I think they've made her block me here in a second. But, the thing that gets me is I gave her a coping mechanism to help her deal with the bullying at school and everything, because she said she had went to people before and they wouldn't do anything. Kind of like the same thing that happened to me when I was going to school. When I was going to school, I had a bully who would always ram his shoulder into my shoulder, and he would go, "Oh, I'm sorry," and he would do it sarcastically, and I knew he didn't mean it. And I kept going to the guidance counselor about it. They even had like a bully buster station, and they didn't do anything. They didn't do shit, right? Because of course, he was some rich Mexican kid, so it didn't matter because I was some poor white kid. So, yes, I'm playing the racism card because that school up there is very racist. I don't care what anyone says. And it's not even about the color you are. If you're not paying out money and you're not freaking playing sports, you don't matter to the schools up here. So, yeah, just so you guys know, that's how my schools were. But, I talked to her about my depression, and I think when I had a meltdown, I had a meltdown.
Commencing attack.
And she freaked out because I went silent for like 5 minutes. I didn't say anything to her, and I had just got done saying, you know, I'm done with life. I'm gonna end it all. Blah 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 blah. You know, mental people things. All right, Nightwolf. See you later, bro. And I ended up. Her parents, her sister, she freaked out in front of her sister, right? And she explains to her sister what's going on. Her sister's like, well, give me his Discord. I'm gonna talk to him. So she does that, and she's like, you realize how old she is? She's like, you realize she's 12? And I'm like, no, actually I didn't. She didn't tell me. And I was being completely honest. She had not told me how old she was. She told me her first name, which will continue to be a secret because I made a promise to her that I wouldn't tell anybody that. And, really, to be honest, that was really the only thing personal. And she told me she lived in Florida. That was quite literally the only two things that she told me that was personal. And whatever, right? I was like, okay, well, it doesn't matter how far we live away, I can still be your friend. And so her sister ended up going and telling her mother, and her mother ended up agreeing with the sister that it was best if she blocked me so that she didn't have to deal with having to try and help me with my depression. And her sister, quote unquote, or I think this a quote, you're old enough, you should know better. You should go seek help, and you should talk to people your age. Okay, I have two friends who are older than me, and everybody my age was too busy fucking picking on me to want to talk to me. So excuse me if I have little kids who are younger than me who prefer to talk to me over their friends that are their age. I'm not even joking, guys. Like, I am probably the chillest person any of you will ever know. I've always been that way, and it's just something that I am, and I can't help that. Yeah, I made you break off, didn't it? BF 109.
The enemy's getting closer to victory.
Ah, shit. I picked the wrong fight. I picked the wrong fight, didn't I? Ah, shit. Yep, the X coming back. Ah, fuck. Do a barrel roll right quick. Get the hell out of here. Shit. Damn. I'm nowhere near any cover either, so I'm fucked either way, so it don't matter to me. Dive it, 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 dive it. Alright, we're gonna have to speed run it here. This thing's fast, so we can get some speed out of this. I hope. Oh shit, that yak's still on my damn tail. Damn it! I'm gonna have to use the trees here. Ah shit. Wing roll. Wing roll. Plane up! Oh no, that's the ground. Damn it. In the end, it was the ground that killed me. That's one of the things that I find interesting. Like, most of the time, it's the ground that kills me and not the plane. But if I'm being honest, I miss talking to her, but I feel like it's for the best if we don't talk. That way, we both don't get into trouble. So it's one of those things where, yes, I miss her, and I want to forget that I ever talked to. Um, to a point, yes, I want to forget that I talked to her, so that hopefully I will forget the pain that I went through and having to deal with stopping talking to her, because it did. What people don't realize is it hurt having to stop talking to her, because we were such close friends, and her parents just did, or her parent didn't seem to understand that. And that, I think that's what upset me the most, if I'm being honest, is the fact that her mother or her sister, whichever one it was. I feel like it was more her sister than it was her mother, though, if I'm being honest. But I don't know. I feel like I was a horrible friend. I am at the same spot you are, but I have 3 premium jets. I don't buy premiums. Not at least not in planes. Um, I have like all the first tier planes, and to be honest, the only one I really use that much is the B-10 because I suck at fighters. But as you can see, I don't use anything very much actually. I don't see a reason to spend money in this game other than to get like 5,000. I spend $25 every week that I decide that I want to get stuff. But yeah, just for you guys to know, just know um it hurts losing a friend. It does. But the weird thing is in my life I've lost. Let's see. There was my friend Christian. Then there was my friend Ben. Then there was that girl named Leela that wasn't really my friend. It was more friends of Ben's, and she was a bitch towards me. But like kind of sort of in my lifetime I've lost like 2 3 friends. One of them, the reason I lost contact with them was because of the fact that I moved to where I am now, and I completely lost contact with him. And me and him were really good friends. We were both weird. We hung out all the time. It was a fun friendship, right? And I miss talking to him, and if I'm being honest, it's been so long. If I were to run into him, I probably wouldn't recognize him. But I don't know why, but my friendship with this friend, Rat, for those of you who are wondering, it hurt a lot more. And we hadn't been talking near as long as my friend Ben or my friend Christian and I were talking. And that's the thing that gets me. Like, we were talking for a shorter amount of time, but it hurt more. That's the part I don't understand. Like, any other time, I would have found out that somebody would, or a parent would have said, "Hey, you can't talk to my daughter anymore," and I would have been like, or my son anymore. You're a bad influence, or you can't talk to them about that. I'm like, okay, whatever, sure, and I would go on about my business. But with Rat, it was different. I don't know why, and I I have this feeling that what it was I had already basically took her under my wing, so to say, and it was more of a brother sister type of thing where I felt the need to protect her because of all the things that she had told me she was going through, and I had went through the same shit. And her parents, no offense to her nor her parents, but her parents are a little overbearing in my opinion. And I know a lot of you are like, well, what the hell does overbearing mean? Well, what I mean by that is her parents, with her being 12, and I understand with her age it makes more sense, but when she first told me, it was like, well, she's like, well, my parents don't let me go outside by myself. I'm like, well, that's suspicious. Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious. That funny song kicks into the head, right? And, it was like one of those things where it's like, well, why the hell not? And she's like, oh, well, whatever. And I'm like, no, 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 that's not right. Your parents are like overbearing. And she's like, oh no. And like every time that I mentioned her parents being overbearing, she was very quick to defend them. And I'll give her that. She was very quick to defend her parents. And I love that more than she realizes because a lot of kids will put their parents down with no remorse whatsoever. I will put my mom down all the time, but I know that what she does is for the best. And the funny thing was, the whole situation was actually kind of funny for me because um my mom, when she caught me talking to her on a Discord call one day, I was going through one of my moods, and she's like, who's that? And I told her, it was a girl or whatever, and immediately she thought the wrong thing, right? And I was like, Mom, she's got a boyfriend, blah 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 blah. And at the time, I didn't know how old she was. So needless to say, my mom was like, well, you need to stop talking to her before you bring trouble. I didn't listen. If I would have listened then, and I would have broke it off with Rat, I don't think what happened would have happened, personally. But what happened. There's nothing either one of us can do to fix it. It's a part of life, unfortunately. Parents will be parents. They will protect their young ones. And do I hate her parents because of the fact they were protecting her? No, I do not. Not one set. If people ask me that question, I will tell them no, I do not hate her parents because her parents are doing their job. Their job is to protect their child. They feel like if they feel like it's best for their child to, all right, man, I'll talk to you later. If they feel like it's best for their child to stay away from somebody like me that's having a buttload of depression issues and stuff, that's completely fine. And the thing is, I don't think it was the mother or the sister's intention, and I don't think that they really thought that I was a bad influence or bad talking to her, because the sister literally said, hey, you seem like a nice guy. So, I don't think they would have had a problem possibly with me talking to her. But from their point of view, the way that the sister put it, it looked like I was taking advantage of her by telling her all of my issues and everything. So, do I hate them? No. They did what they thought was best to keep Rat safe. So, I don't hate her parents. As a matter of fact, if I was in the same position, I would have done the exact same thing. I would have told her to block me as well. And the thing that gets me is she told me she joined the Discord not too long ago, and we were kind of talking even though we're not supposed to. And she mentioned that she does watch my streams from time to time, but she does it outside. But she also said that she's been working on trying to get out into the real world again instead of being on the screen all the time. So basically, I get the feeling what ended up happening is with her having her phone took away because of it and everything. I think it opened her eyes to the fact that she was on her phone way too much, and she decided that she wanted to be out in the world instead of in a phone. So, if anything, I feel like I helped her in more ways than one. And I think the biggest thing that I'm worried about, if I'm being completely honest, the biggest thing that I'm worried about with this is she said that she wouldn't forget me or whatever, but I just have that weird feeling of she's not telling the truth. She's going to forget me eventually because everybody eventually forgets people. I know for the past probably month, because I think it's been a month since we stopped talking at least. At least 3 weeks. At least 3 weeks, right? For the past 3 weeks, I haven't been able to. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about her because I'm worried. I worry about her. I think about her every day. And it's not, and oh, she's in trouble type of thing. It's just, we talked and she told me things. She told me about how she was always getting bullied. She told me about this. She told me about that, right? And it's just, one of those things where, how's Rat? How's Rat doing? I need to know how Rat is. But the funny thing is, it worked the same way with me as well, because she was worried about how I was, coincidentally, after her parents made us stop talking. Because the last thing that we basically said to one another before we had the whole conversation where she had to stop talking to me was that I was talking about killing myself because of the fact that my life sucked, right? And she's like, oh no, don't do that, because then I'll be sad. And then, basically she was giving me a reason to stay alive or whatever, right? And if anything, I have to thank her, because if it was not for her, I would not. I'm already getting attacked. Great, here we go. Damn it. Damn it, my tail is in the way. I knew they would go after me because I'm like an easy target.
We're ahead of the enemy.
I'm hoping the A36 will help. Thank you, A36, bro. Unfortunately, though, I don't think I'm making it back. But, anyway, this is why I hate the A30, or the A20. Everyone always goes for it. That's why I hate the A20. And, I can't even get mad at them. And that's the weird thing. I can't get mad at them because I know why they're doing it. Because they're just like me. They'd prefer to go for something that's easy to kill rather than going for something that's like really fucking hard and very maneuverable to kill, like a freaking fighter. So I can't maneuver worth a shit in that plane, so I need to start working on the Germans again. I think I'm gonna do that right quick. Not the German tanks, obviously. I'm talking about the German planes. I have everything I want for America right now, so. But yeah, I mean, in the talking about that subject again, it wasn't only my mother who basically warned me, but it was also my friends. And when she blocked me, I went to church that exact Wednesday, and I was like, "Hey guys, guess what happened? This is like the biggest I told you so ever." And they laughed at me because they were like, "Ah, we told you so," but like they didn't like rub it in my face. It was more that we tried to tell you type of thing. Like, you didn't listen type of I told you so. You should have listened type of thing. And I honestly, I wish I would have listened, and I wish I would have broke it off with me and Rat. I wish we would have just. I wish when my mom found out, I wish I would have just stopped talking to her. But I was so concerned that she was going to go hurt herself or whatever that I didn't want to, completely abandon her. But hello, Quantum. How are you? And I know a lot of people in the chat, they're like, what the hell is he even fucking talking about? And, I don't expect anybody to understand. I really don't. I do not expect anybody to understand what the fuck I'm talking about. Nobody will ever understand the position in which I was in that situation. At least not in my opinion. So, hate me as you want, but all I know is I lost a friend that day, and my biggest fear is, even though she said that she quote unquote wouldn't forget me, I have that weird feeling that she forgot me already because she doesn't talk. She doesn't even, try to get her friend to get in contact with me anymore. It's just that silence from not only her but her friend as well. And it's just, I get it. You're afraid that your parents are gonna find out, but you claim that you are worried and you care about me, but I have to contact your friend in order for you to talk. It is not a love breakup story. No. It was a friendship story. Well, at one point. Now it's more of me obsessing a little too much. But anyway, friendships mean more to me than love. I'll put it that way. I had you want to hear a love story that went bad? Here's the one I'm going to tell you. All right, I'm glad that you actually mentioned that because it's actually a very funny story to me now that I think about it. Um, so I had this girl when I was in like middle school. I think I was in like seventh grade question mark, and she was like the vice principal's daughter, and her name was Ella Sawyer. And I had totally had a crush on her because even though she was rich, there was one day where I was crying and she came and checked on me. And she's like, "Hey, are you okay?" And like, I had already had a crush on her beforehand. I think, if I remember correctly, it was like a secret crush, like nobody was supposed to know about it type of thing. And I told a friend, I'm like, "Hey, don't tell anybody, especially not her, but I have a crush on her." Well, one day I get on the bus and she says something and she goes, "I already know that you have a crush on me." So I sit there, I'm shocked. I look over at my friend and I'm like, "I told you not to tell her." He's like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "No, you ain't." I thought that to myself. I was like, "No, you ain't." And the way that she said it, it was more of that, "I don't care if you want me or not. You're not going to have me. You're not good enough for me." It was kind of like one of those situations where, she thought she was too good for me or whatever. And I broke it off basically there. It broke my heart a little bit, and I've been solitary ever since. I'll make friends all day long. I have no problem with that, but do not try to get flirty. I'll tell you this, alright? I will tell you how much of a solitary person I am. We have went to Highway 55, which is a burger joint where I live at, twice. First time, there was a girl still in high school, and she was serving us, and she was being awful flirty, right? I blew it off, whatever. And my friend, he's over there sitting across from me, he's like, "Hey, man, get her number." And I'm like, "Bro, don't. Just don't. Get DJ to get her number. I don't want it." And then the second time, and don't get me wrong, I'll play flirt. I'll play flirt right back. I don't care. Because I know there's no chance that they're going to get any further than that, right? So, like, of course, my dad was like, "Oh, you'll find the right one eventually." Yeah, bullshit. But, the second time she was being flirty with basically all four of us. But, she seemed awful, and I could tell it a little bit. She seemed awful flirty with me. Just, a quick observation. Now, I don't know for a fact if that's what she was intending or not, but just kind of seemed like that's what it was.
And I'll put it this way. I blew her off. I have blown, ever since that day, I have blown every girl off that I've ever run into. Thank you. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you effectively dive bomb. But it's like nothing. It's nothing against the female race or anything. It's just that, you know, I found out after my eyes were opened about the one girl. I found out very quickly that nobody, in my opinion, can ever love me the way that they really should. Because, especially in today's society, nobody will ever care for me the way that I feel like they should. And, you know, call me an old traditionalist, I don't care. I believe that the woman should stay at home, take care of the kids, be a stay-at-home mom. Now, in today's society, women literally can't do that, because in order for a relationship to work and for you to be able to survive, have your own house and everything, you quite literally have to both work. But I don't know. I really don't know how to say it, to be honest. Like, I wanted at one point to get with a girl. I will say that, like, the hormones kicked in, you know, oh, I want to get with a girl. The day that that girl basically rejected me, those hormones were crushed. See, think of it as if, like, you know how dogs get fixed? My balls got clipped that day, basically. If that makes any sense to anybody. Like, every bit of anything just faded away. I didn't want it anymore. I started back to focusing on my school, and then depression set in really bad, and I went and got my GED instead of graduating high school, and here I am now, alone, solitary, and get to hang out with you guys. So, you know, it's not all bad. To be honest, it opened my eyes very quickly to what kind of a world I lived in. I would prefer to be alone. And see, I was watching a shorts for a little while. There was a guy, and they were always interviewing, like, porn stars and like OnlyFans girls, and the biggest problem with these girls is they're like, well, you know, it was the only way I could make money, and the guy would ask, he's like, well, do you think a guy's gonna want to be with you if you're doing that? And they're like, well, yeah, if he loves me for me. And it's like, no, no. As a guy, I can look at that woman and say, if she's on OnlyFans, if she's on Pornhub or anything like that, and she's making content, I will not touch her. I wouldn't touch a woman to begin with anyway, but that is a definite red flag. Because if you would do that for somebody on a website, what makes me think you won't do it in real life? But these women, the society they live in, it accepts it so much that they're just so blinded by how wrong it is. And that's the biggest problem. These women, they're not aware that they're doing wrong. They're not aware that what they're doing is sick. They're not aware that it's pathetic. They're not aware of it at all. Hi, CD Animations. We're talking about weird stuff now. And that's the biggest problem. Like, they're led to believe, oh, we're women, we have power, and shit like that. And it's like, oh, no, not really, no. But I don't know. I feel like today's society has blinded the modern woman. into believing that she can do everything a man can do. Now, don't get me wrong, I believe that there are some tasks that women do better than men, like being a secretary, for instance. I would love to see a guy go and try and be a secretary for some dude. It's not going to happen. And you want to know why? Because a guy cannot be a secretary. We're not organized enough. Women are all about that organization. That's why they belong there. Being a nurse, that's something that women need to do. Let the guys be the doctors and let the... Now, don't get me wrong, female parts I feel like require female doctors. It's kind of my idea on that. But, and if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, by the way. But, you know, stuff like that, I feel like is stuff that women need to do, right? Whereas women in the military, no. Medic or nurse. That's what I believe a woman should do in the military. Be a medic or be a nurse. Being a truck driver is an absolute no. That is an absolute no. It takes a lot more than just holding a steering wheel in order to drive a rig. And I'm sorry, but my pastor is completely wrong with this. And he said, well, I saw a woman take a trailer and park it in a place where guys couldn't do it. Yeah, sure, whatever. Whatever, okay? I will completely, and you can call me an old traditionalist all you want to. I will continue to say to the day I die that women do not need to be driving trucks. They don't need to be firefighters. They don't need to be policemen. They don't need to be any of that shit. That is a man's job. It's been a man's job since it was created. Why the fuck do you think you need to do it? There are plenty of jobs for women to do. Like, for instance, cubicle work. I think a man can do a cubicle work just as good as a woman. But see, the biggest problem is society has filled the women's head with, oh, well, I'm a woman. I deserve the same amount of pay as this guy over here does, even if I haven't done as much work as he has. No, hell no. If you don't do the fucking work if you haven't done the same amount of work that I have, your ass ain't getting paid as much as I am. I got a I-15 trying to eat me, so I'm just going to fly back to the airfield. Gain some altitude over there. But I don't know, it gets me how quickly women have began to believe that they have the power to do anything a man can do. I'm sorry, but last time I checked, God didn't create Eve and be like, let's make a companion for Eve. That ain't how that shit worked. God created Adam, and he saw that Adam was alone, so he created Eve to be his companion. That was how that happened. That's the way it should be. Now, I know that sounds old and traditionalist and all that shit, and I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate from YouTube and everyone else for that. But, you know what? I don't care. My opinion will stay my opinion, and I'm not going to shut up for anybody. It's just like with that, what was that shit that started up when that guy got his lungs crushed even though he was a criminal, but he was a black guy, and then all that shit with the Black Lives Matter started, right? Do you guys believe... Oh, dear Jesus. Oh, no, the LGBTQ stuff. I'll get to that once I get to this. The guy got his lungs crushed in by a cop. Now, the cop was at fault, yes, because he shouldn't have done that. But that guy, if he was so worried about dying, he shouldn't have been a criminal. Now, for as long as I can remember, cops have been racist towards black people, especially after the Civil War, right? It's always been that way, unfortunately, right? There's nothing we can do about it, and except for putting more black cops into the thing so that they can accept bribes and everything else from their fellow brethren. Anyway, it was 3 white feminist women who created Black Lives Matter. It wasn't even black people that did it. It was white feminists who felt like they needed to be offended for somebody And here's the way I see this. Okay? If the black people ain't offended, don't be offended for them, because they will let you know when they're offended. Trust me. All right. And for those of you who think I'm a racist asshole, I'll put it this way. When I was working in the meat department, I had to work with a black guy pretty much every day. There was one time where I came in, I was very tired, and he was saying some things and it really upset me. I went home upset. I told my mom, I asked for her advice. And she's like, well, if it bothers you that much, you need to talk to your boss. And I went to my boss. I'm like, hey, this guy upset me. He said this shit. And it's like, I shouldn't have to feel like this, while I'm working here. He's like, yeah, I completely agree. He ended up, I think, he talked to the guy. And the guy comes to me. He's straightforward. He's like, hey, I'm sorry if I upset you. I'm sorry if I said something that upset you. Blah, 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 blah. We talked it over. And I was like, you know what? I was tired that day, bro. Just don't worry about it, right? Ended up, me and him worked good together every time we had to work together. When it was just me and him, and I'm not a racist asshole. I'm not. As a matter of fact, I have more black friends than I think I do white people. And you want to know why? When a black person trusts you, they got your back for life. You can't trust a white person. I hate to be mean, but they will stab you in the back every chance they get, because that is who they are. Black people have went through so much shit in their lifetime that they have found that a little bit of trust goes a long way. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong, Dion, who was the guy I was talking about, he had his comments and stuff that he would still make, and things that would still kind of upset me a little bit, but it wasn't nothing that I couldn't handle, right? But I got along with him. We'd joke around about shit, and he trusted me enough. He would tell me his problems when it comes to like stuff. He would like talk about his brother calling him and asking him for money, and he was broke and all that shit. Kind of the kind of shit we both dealt with, But anyway, my opinion is this: I will trust you if you trust me. But I'll put it this way: I'm quicker to trust a black person with a decent attitude than I am to trust a white person with a decent attitude. Because normally when a white person has a decent attitude, they're trying to get something from you. Now, I'm not like that, and I'm a white dude. I'm white. Matter of fact, I am white as a sheet of paper. But I have found from having so many friends, the friends that I ended up trusting the most, the two friends that I hang out with, they're both white guys like me. We go to basically a Baptist church that's all white, but I have people that are black people, and I trust them. I do, and I would continue to do so, because that's who I am. But anyway, somebody asked about my opinion on the LGBTQ. My opinion is quite straightforward, and it requires few words. Alright, the LGBTQ is a pathetic excuse to make people feel good about their own sad, miserable lives. Alright, basically the whole philosophy behind the LGBTQ is it's okay to be gay, it's okay to be lesbian, it's okay if you identify as an animal, it's okay if you identify as a plant. Hell, you can identify as a marker and they'll be okay with it. That is the dumbest bunch of bullshit I have ever heard. Alright? That is how stupid it is. To me. Alright? I will put it this way. My Bible the Bible that is closest to the original, the King James Version, reads like this. Now, this is kind of me phrasing it differently, but it basically says that in the end days, everything will end in Israel. Man will sleep with man, woman will sleep with woman, and it all will end in Israel. Revelation, or whatever the last book of the Bible is, I can't remember. I think it's Revelations. It predicted the war with Ukraine. It predicted COVID. It's predicted the attack on Israel. It predicted World War II. If I remember correctly, it predicted World War I. It has predicted everything that has happened in the world. Okay? And if that's not enough evidence to believe in that shit, how about the fact that I got ran over head to toe by a tractor and I'm still alive here today? I got ran over when I was 9 or 10. I can't remember which. My brain is broken. And head to toe, and I'm still kicking. I remember the pain afterwards. It was not something I would wish on anybody. I remember every piece of pain that I went through. People say I don't know pain. I'm heartless. No, I'm not heartless. I'm hurt. Tragedy has struck everywhere I've looked. So I keep to myself. I stay away from people. And I don't bother them. CD, I'm about to get off, bro. It's not even worth the time. I will jump back on. Actually, I might just get up, get my brother fed, and possibly changed, and just go on ahead. Well, we all can't be perfect, dear Quantum. And you know, I'm not gonna be the one that's gonna be like, oh no, you're going to hell. You don't believe in the Bible. Oh no, no, that's not my job. It's not my job to judge anybody. And see, that's the biggest problem with Christians is we think that it's okay that if someone says, oh, I'm an atheist, I'm a Buddhist. Oh, hell no, I'm something else. I believe in a fucking cow. No, we believe that it's okay to, we believe that it's okay to tell people that if they don't believe in what we believe in, they're going to hell. And I've seen it on so many posts, and that's the biggest thing that people have a problem with is that Christians, we as Christians, we tell people, oh, if you don't believe in the Bible, you're going to hell. I have not read anywhere in the Bible where it says you're going to hell if you don't believe. Now, I have read the part where it says that Jesus will look upon you and say, turn away from me, I never knew you. But that does not say, in my opinion, it does not mean that he's saying you're going to hell, bitch. That doesn't, no. I don't see that. Jesus literally died for every single one of us. So why in the world would he cast you into the one place he tried to keep you out of if you don't believe? Just, you know, it just doesn't make any sense to me, you know? The biggest problem is Christians have a big problem with thinking that they have to be right in every situation. I don't know the Bible. I don't know what it says. I don't read it enough. I will be the first one to admit that to you or anyone else. I don't read the Bible near enough. But, people think, the biggest thing is that the one of the things, and you know, just as a Christian is, or not even as a Christian, just observations that I've made, The biggest problem with atheists or any other belief is like when they look at Christianity, they're just like, well, there's no proof of this guy. There's no proof that he exists. And the Christian's immediate comeback is, your life is the proof. Your soul is the proof that you're alive. And there's just not any hard evidence, and that's the biggest problem with people today. I wish I had Lego. I'm not a Lego person though. I'm more of a model builder. I got a B-17, a Ju-87 with the cannons. I have an M3 Lee. I also have some Confederate warships up there as well, and a few other things. I have an Iowa class battleship, and I also think that I also somewhere have a Arizona. But yeah, I mean, you know, the biggest, and see, this is another thing that gets me with LGBTQ. All right, so their biggest thing is they're like, well, if God loves everybody, then He'll love me for who I am. Yes, He will love you. He will love you for who you are. He will love you for, unfortunately, who you choose to be. I think that's enough bombs. If not, oh well. What's a Fank? Is that one of them new tanks? Is that what that is? A Fank? I'm an ass, I know. And like the LGBTQ's biggest problem is they're like, oh well, if God is as good as you say He is, He'll love me for who I am. True, He will love you for who you are, but that doesn't mean He condones any decision that you decide to make on yourself. Bombs away. Heading home. Kobe, or Kobe. I don't know if that's how that's pronounced or not, if I'm being honest. I've seen them before, but hold on, I'll tell you guys what model. Hold on, I'll tell you guys what model kits I use. The biggest one that I use, well, actually, they're all from different companies. Ravel. I got a few from Airfix. I can't tell what that other one is, but I got a few from there. I got a huge ass Titanic model that I've never fucking put together. It's not huge, it's small, but I plan on getting a little desk that I can start putting my models together when I get older, or when we get our own house, but nothing too serious, I don't think. Man, y'all are too stock. I got a model building kit for a Tiger. I'm not even joking. I have a model building kit for a Tiger, and the one that I have, it comes with like a metal hull, so it's like it's gonna hold up really nicely. But I haven't put it together, as I said. The only ones I have together is a B-17. Half the parts went missing or broke off, so I stopped messing with it. And yeah, I agree. I think the minifigures are fun. Lego. Oh shit, here we go. I'm worried about that P400. We'll make it, boys. Don't worry. Alright, I gotta get to the airfield now. Dear Jesus, I got 3 planes trying to get to me. Oh, that engine got fried, didn't it? Ah, damn it. Alright, well, we gotta get to the airfield nonetheless. overheat my engine with this shit. Ah, fuck. Bro is trying a little too hard to get to me. Alright, I'm hoping that the AA guns take care of it now. Yeah, I think they got him to back off now. Good. You know, y'all are talking about building stuff with Lego, and I will admit, like, I've seen some Lego stuff that looks like way too freaking realistic, but I prefer my plastic models. Just easier to keep up with until you get the small pieces, then it's hell. But anyway. Alright, let's get the landing gear down, shall we? Landing gear are locked. Perfect. Here we go.
Just keep it up, and victory will be ours.
It's hard to believe that the HE-112, or not HE-112, the HE-111 is classified as a medium bomber. Damn, where's my fucking AA guns? Bro! Really? I don't care if I fucking get reported for saying kill myself. I don't care. That's fucking that pisses me off. And apparently that's like the only time that I've only ever said that once, and that was the one time. So unless I say it a lot, I don't think they're gonna say anything about it. And if they do, oh fucking well, I don't care. This fucking beat up bullshit. That pissed me off. I'm not even joking. That pissed me off. I was on the airfield. The AA gun should have took care of it, but they didn't. They just sat there. Must be a fucking bug or some shit, because that's bull. But anyway, I got 10 minutes. It's not like I can do a lot in 10 minutes. Wait, they've changed it now, because there used to be a lot more bombs that I could mount in here. Bro, y'all are in the chat talking about models and stuff, and here I am like, hey guys, include me in the conversation. I want to feel important too. Hey guys, include me in the conversation. I want to feel important too. Yeah, like anybody's ever gonna pay attention to my ass. Don't nobody give a shit about me. Don't nobody give a shit about me. Anyway. Anyway, I'm gonna do one more match in tanks, and then I think I'm gonna hop off for a little while. I have church tonight, so also I was watching the entire series of Twilight. Call me a werewolf fan, I dare you. guys. I'll talk to you later. Y'all have a good one. It was good seeing you guys in here. Don't you just rarely? I do actually. I've sat sometimes. I've sat sometimes and been like, what's it gonna be like when I go to die? Like that's the weird ass question I ask myself, like, hey, what's it gonna be like when I die? And I just sit there for like a second, and I've had people be like, hey, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. What? Just thinking about life. And then I just go back to thinking about it immediately after. But yeah, that's like really a question that I have. Like, what's it gonna be like when I die? Like, is it gonna be like a room? Or a dark space, more or less? Or is it gonna be... Is it going to be like one of those instances where it's just a dark room? A lot of people, like especially Christians, they believe that we're going to die and we're just going to wake up in heaven. That's not how that's going to work. If you're a Christian, and I believe personally heaven is real, but I have to say if, because this is one of those situations where I know I don't have a full audience of Christians. If heaven is real, what we're going to end up having to do as Christians is we're going to be waiting on the end of days. You're going to sit there and you're going to wait. That's quite literally what you're going to be doing. Hi. Oh shit. I feel like a monster for that, but no, that bitch needed to die.
Panzergranate geladen.
Panzergranate Canada. Okay, I can't see shit over here, so.
Enemy forces have captured the zone.
Does anyone else question their existence? I know I do. Holy shit, I'm glad he took care of that.
Excellent! Well done. The enemy's getting closer to victory.
Shot front. How to rotate. I see you over there.
Panzergranate geladen.
Achtung! Artillerieschlag!
Alright, good. You've taken care of that. I got your rear, bro. Shit. Damn. Damn it, my barrel. Fuck. Hey, bro, can you fix these? We're getting already to hell anyway.
Artillerieschlag! Allied forces have captured a zone.
Oh my god, I see them. That's what pisses me off the most. He died. I'll laugh my ass off.
Geschütz ist wieder einsatzbereit.
Thanks, bro.
Wir wurden getroffen.
Bonk. Everyone's trying to kill me. Why is there like 3 of them?
Panzergranate geladen.
One.
Wir wurden getroffen. Panzergranate geladen. Wir wurden getroffen.
Oh, damn it. Where the fuck is that from? Oh, shit.
Verstanden. Vorwärts.
What, did you think I was gonna back the fuck up? Oh, of course.
Rechtsschütze ausgefallen.
describe what the entrance to of heaven is? I really don't know. I don't, as I said, I don't read the Bible very often. I don't. My Nana has read through the Bible probably more than anyone else that I know of, and she probably knows more, but to be honest, she's got dementia really bad, so I couldn't even tell you if she knows more. The reason she probably has to read through it every time is because she keeps forgetting what she read. Anyway. I have a Bible, but I wouldn't know where to begin with all those pages, so yeah, I live my life, and I ask the question to myself quite a lot, what would Jesus do? And sometimes I go a little crazy, and I'm like, well, Jesus would say, fuck you. And I know it's a joke. For me it's like a funny joke. Bitch, that's for fucking killing me.
Panzergranate geladen!
Well, I was gonna kill him, but anyway, that works too, I guess. There's another one sitting over there, I can see him.
Enemy forces have captured that zone. The enemy is winning. We must counterattack.
That would be my alarm to get up, which I've been up for 2 years. Or 2 hours, excuse me. Yeah, I've been up for 2 years. Never went to sleep.
MG einsatzbereit.
Thanks, bro, but I got it. Hey, dude, there's a really cool tiger over there if you want to kill it. You know, I'd love to get the French Panther. That's actually the vehicle I'd love to get my hands on. Believe it or not. Dude, would you please move your fat ass? Damn, Panther. Bro, that Yag Tiger's getting lit the hell up. I see a tank. Well, I was gonna shoot him. Oh my, shells fired. See you up there. Bonk. I'm just gonna both slap fight one another, it's fine.
Panzergranate
Bro's not
geladen.
gonna poke up, I know that. Alright, man. Britain's a decent nation to grind. I should know, I grinded it up to 6.0.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
Attention to the map!
Is it bad that I'm this much of an idiot? Probably, right?
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Wir wurden getroffen!
I just did swivel my turn around.
Wir wurden getroffen!
And I'm getting lit up immediately, that's great. Yeah, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Panzergranate geladen.
Damn it, Panther! I had a perfect shot on him, too.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
I can kill him. Never mind, no I can't, apparently. Well, I'm gonna run over here. There's a Panther F over here, that's
Panzergranate
cool.
geladen.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Attention to the map. Attention to the designated grid zone.
Wir wurden getroffen.
I knew that shit would happen. Ah, fuck. And he's not where I thought he was. Oh, Panther F, please tell me you saw him. Oh, my dear Jesus. Oh well, I tried. Wow. Alright, well, I thank every single one of you who tuned in and watched me die more than I probably should have. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in. I had a lot of fun, and I hope every single one of you have a lovely day at school or wherever it is you may be going. And remember, life is going to be hard. But just because life is hard does not mean that we have to give up on everything we believe in. I've done that once myself. Don't do it. It's not worth it. So remember, life is hard. Just get a helmet. Y'all have a good one. And remember, you mess with the wolf, you get the fangs.